Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. This is Lisa Concepcion, certified professional life coach, founder of Love Quest Coaching, dating and relationship strategist. Oh my God. And tonight I am bringing you a message about the ice cream cone. Okay, the ice cream cone analogy, magic, magic, magic. This is for people who are super attached to the outcome of being in a relationship. My client and I had a wonderful discussion today in our session together. And she and her husband are separated. And she has made his life her obsession. She's obsessed with him. Everything he's doing, like they're separated and she's all up in his life and he's living his life and she's like all about what he's doing. So much so that it has her in this place of stagnation. She's not really like doing anything except focusing on him. So she's working with me. She's also working with my hypnosis expert. So we got the dream team helping this chick out. And so today she said to me, I feel like there's just this obsession with my husband. Like, I have to break this. Like, I can't keep making every single waking thought wondering what he's doing. Now, I mean, I've been there, right? So, like this woman, I was also in relationship limbo with my ex-husband for 4.5 years. Imagine that. Married for 12 years, in relationship limbo for 4.5. Not 4.5 of the 12. 4.5 of 17. Who does this? Codependence, that's who. So she's coming to me to try to like handle this codependency and other things that are going on with her that has her in this controlling place, inertia, dating limbo, marital limbo, awful. So if you're separated, definitely get a pen, get a paper, because I'm going to give you a thing, right, to do that when you find yourself obsessed over an ex, over some dude that you're trying to turn into a relationship or some chick, this is the thing to do. Okay, first, before we get into the thing to do, we must first ask the big question, which is why, right? It's always why. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I behaving this way? Why am I doing this to myself? So when we investigate that, we go deeper with that. The reason why your mind occupies itself with people and try to control the people is because you are not living life on purpose. Let me explain. You might be going through the motions in your career. You might just be the wake up, go to work, come back, or now that we're in the COVID land, it's, wake up, get your laptop, go 10 spaces away to a, seat, desk, whatever your setup is. It's a very different kind of life now. And so if this becomes your thing day in, day out, blah, 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 a lot of routine, a lot of mundane, and you don't have a goal, like a bigger thing that wakes your ass up in the morning, like, let's go, let's do this, because I understand why I'm working the way I'm doing, the reason, the bigger thing that I'm going for. When you understand what that is, then you start to look at it like, I'm going over there, that's what I'm doing, period. And it doesn't matter about the person. It's the goal. The goal becomes everything. Everything. And it becomes your new obsession. When you want to obsess over people, you're putting yourself in a trap. When you obsess over a goal, oh my God, get ready to accomplish magic in your life. And then guess what happens? the thing, the person, when you start to focus on the goal and make the goal, the thing, the fire, everything you're going for, you're like, oh my God, I have this goal. This thing is amazing. And a vision for your life. And you start going for it, disciplined. Every day, you're like this. Laser focused, blinders to any bullshit outside of your focus. Oh my God. That person either does one of two things. Either they will fall away because they're just not an energy match to where you're going, or they'll return. They'll be inspired. Maybe they'll up-level their goals and they'll start being like, oh my God, I love what you're going for. Like, it made me look at this. It made me want to go back to school. It made me want to do this course or whatever, take my business in a different direction. The best way to deal with obsessing over people that you cannot control, it is a trap, is to look at your own life and get clear on the goals that you want. So she said, oh my God, you're so right, because I feel like everything is on hold because I'm waiting for my husband and I to get back together, and then we'll do what we want to do together. And I said, trap, trap, trap. I did that 4.5 years. It is literally like a dog chasing his own tail for 4.5 years. Cannot do that. So I explained to her, I shared my story. I said, listen, I was in the same place. I had money that I was living off of, and I'm sitting here in my head like, oh my God, like, this is a waste, because husband is living a few blocks away from me at the time. He has his half of the house money. I have mine. We could have pulled this money together and bought something and just like had like our life. Like, just let's create something. Let's create our life. Wasn't supposed to happen. If it was, I would be living that life. And I would not be having this business, and I would not be talking to you on this camera. Everything happens for a reason. And there are still reasons that have not unfolded yet. So try that on. Don't know what's going to happen, right? Never know. Things are moving. Energy. It's all moving. It's always moving, right? So that's why it's so important for you to get clear on your goals. The thing that no matter who is in your life or not, doesn't matter. This thing is happening. Maybe it's a goal to have a beach house, a nice little bungalow on the beach that you'll retire in. I don't know. Maybe it's a Winnebago or an Airstream, and you want to, like, you know, get one of these things and then take 6 months to go like all around to the countrysides of the beautiful America, whatever country you live in. Maybe that's the jam. But it's a thing that you are like a dog on a bone. Like, you're like, I'm not letting go of this dream. What's up, Taz? You have cough. It's got to be that big and juicy and meaty and delicious of a dream, of a goal. So where does the ice cream cone come into place? Okay, so we were talking, and I always like to coach with visuals. I like to use analogy. I like to break it down for people so that they can really crystallize it in their head. They really get it, right? It hits them. So we were talking, and I came up with this thing. I said, you know, here's the deal. And I have a little art for you tonight. Got the ice cream cone. The ice cream cone, okay. Feel free to draw this if you want or whatever. But here's how it goes. The goal, the thing that you are going for in your life is the cone. So we're going to put G. We're going to just spell out the goal, okay? The cone. The cone is the goal. You are the ice cream. You fill the goal. You fill the goal. Without you, it's just a cone. It's just this nebulous goal, nothing. But with you in the mix, well, now you have an ice cream cone. Now it's something you could eat. I mean, yeah, you could eat a cone by itself, but whatever. But an ice cream with the cone. Now, the ice cream, you could eat without the cone. You're you. Right? You could roll however way you want. You could roll in a cup. You could roll in a coffee cup. You could roll in a bowl. You could be on an ice cream cone, right? But the ice cream cone is kind of nothing without the ice cream, which represents you. You are the ice cream. Now, here's where it gets good. Let's suppose, as in the case of my client, she's a Rocky Road girl, right? She's like, yeah. I go, what flavor? She's like, Rocky Road. I'm like, wonderful. So I say, okay. She thought Andrew, the husband, was the cone. No. She thought he was the ice cream. I'm like, no. So she's getting it, right? She's like, I'm picking up what you're putting down. This is good. So I say to her, how about we say on the Rocky Road ice cream, you decide you want to jazz it up a little bit and you want to maybe add a little graham cracker topping to the subject of the ice cream cone. So here's you, the ice cream, right? And now you want to add a little something to the mix. A little graham cracker magic. That is the husband. That is the wife. That is the boyfriend. That is the girlfriend. The added extra. It's going to add a little something extra to the life of the ice cream cone. The goal, the ice cream, your life, the goal. As you're pursuing the goal, he's going to come in there. He's going to add something extra. Notice, here's the key to the whole thing. It is optional. You don't need it. You don't need to have the graham cracker. You don't need it. You don't really need it. Look at this. Look, bye. Don't need it. I could choose it. It adds a little something. It adds a little flavor, but I'm still good. I still have a nice, delicious ice cream cone. Meaning, I have my goal. Boom. I have myself. And if I choose to add somebody into the mix, something delicious, a little graham cracker, little sprinkles, I choose that. I don't need it. I choose it. And they better add something delicious to the mix. Because if they add drama, no thank you, bye-bye. So I often say to people, keep the goal, dump the person. The goal is everything. Everything. And guess what happens when you make the goal and you, the ice cream cone, the whole everything, right? The sprinkles, the added extra, it just comes. It just comes. You don't have to force it. They come poking around. Hey, what are you doing? What are you working on? What are you doing? Like, okay, my whole situation, right? People ask me, what's up with Mr. S? I saw he came to visit you. Mr. S is wonderful. He's all about coming to visit. It's fantastic. He's coming again this weekend. Amazing. Labor Day. We're going to tear it up. It's going to be great. But I have my ice cream. I am the ice cream. Delicious. And I have my cone. Putting it together. My business. Serving the people. Being coach. Writing books. Putting together programs. Like all the stuff I'm doing in the next 6 months. It's going to blow my mind. So I'm like focused. Moved here to feel good. So that I can accomplish my goal. Because my goal, ice cream cone, it is happening. It is happening. It is not maybe, wouldn't it be nice if? No, the shit is on. And I took a bold action, moved to a place where I felt called to go, just like I did when I left New Jersey in 2010 and moved to Miami, went where I felt called to go, and now again, found myself called to go again, went to now Sarasota, and made it where I am full on focused on building my delicious ice cream cone. And it's happening. And it doesn't matter if it's with Mr. S, Mr. P, Mr. J, Mr. L. It's replaceable. I'm with Mr. S. I'm loyal to Mr. S. Everything is wonderful. But Mr. S has his own thing going on. He can up and leave in any minute he wants. Bye-bye. Toodaloo. And then what happens? I still have my ice cream cone. You see? I still have me. I still have my goals. I still have the thing that I've driven to go for in my life. So a lot of people make the mistake of making the person their ice cream cone, which is super codependency. and they end up bored when that those sprinkles were my sprinkles, those sprinkles, right? They make that, and they have nothing. But when you're like, listen, there's something, if I'm on this planet still, that means that I got shit to do. I have someone to serve. I have some things to do. Otherwise, why am I here? God put me here. He didn't put me here to go from room to room and look around and be like, what do I do today? What do I do today? Figure it out. You got something in you to give to the world. Figure it out. What are your God-given gifts and talents and things that you like to do that you would do for free? Nobody paid you. If nobody paid me, if I won Powerball tomorrow, $350 million, I would still be making content. I would still be uplifting people. I would still be doing my thing and uplifting people and giving them advice, helping them figure out what makes them tick and what makes them happy and joyous, and so they can live their best life. 100% I would still be doing that. Albeit I would be doing it from, the French Riviera, but I would still be doing it. So, point is, ice cream cone. Ice cream cone. Here it is. Again, I'll recap. It's a very simple, concept. Ice cream cone existence. You got the cone, right? You are the ice cream. The cone is the goal. The big, meaty, delicious thing. Delicious sugar cone that you're going for in life. You are the filling it up. You fill up the goal. You work on the goal. You fill up the goal. You accomplish the goal. Ice cream cone created. And then the extra. Who am I going to invite? Who am I going to invite in? Oh, the little graham crackers on top, the little sprinkles, whatever you want on top. The extra. You don't need it, but it's a nice little add-on. That is your person. That is the extra. The extra that makes it so good. But it is not the whole thing. It will never be the whole thing. And when you think it's the whole thing, these are people that when their spouse, God forbid they die, they're lost, devastated, never to rebound from it. They go into depression and they end up dead a year later. Terrible. Versus the other one who loses their spouse and they're sad and they're blue and they go through their grieving process, but they got the ice cream cone, the vision. They're like, you know what? I always said, my wife and I, we were going to do this and we're going to do that and do these things. And unfortunately, this happened and she's no longer with me in physical form, but I'm going to go do those things anyway. That's when you get, the 75, 80-year-old guy who decides to do the New York City Marathon or, whatever his thing, art, decides to, whatever his ice cream cone is. And then maybe he, along the path, finds a new little lady friend or a woman finds a new little man companion or whatever. Sprinkles. Again, always got to fill yourself because otherwise, constantly looking for other people to fill you up. No good. Codependent. No bueno. So I hope this little analogy helped you out. It helped my client out. Therefore, I wanted to share it with you. And if you struggle with this kind of stuff, if you struggle with, like I did, I struggled with it like my whole life. It's like what I was, taught was you live for other people. And, you cling on to men like as if it's a life jacket. Like if it's Rose from the Titanic on the wood floating. If I let go of the wood, I die. No bueno. Because what happened to Jack? Toodaloo Jack. She's like, Jack, I'll never let go. I'll never let go. And what did she do? She let him go. She kissed his hands. Down he sunk. Boop, 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 boop. Bye-bye, Jack. And she got the whistle, remember? Because she had her ice cream cone. I must survive. I'm only, what was Rose? 20 years old. I have to continue. I must go on. And what happened? You saw at the end of the Titanic, all the pictures of her life. She learned how to ride horses. She traveled. She did all these things in her life. She lived a full life because she had the ice cream cone. Jack just came by, taught her that. He taught her the theory. Live a great life. That's all the thing is about. Gotta live a great life. So if this is the thing that you struggle with and you make your life all about other people at the expense of yourself, hit me up on a PM. You can find me at lovequestcoaching.com also. lovequestcoaching.com. Tell me you saw this video, it hit you the right way, and tell me about what you are going through and we will get together and we'll pour through that. So much love to you, and God bless. Live well. Good night.